What's up? I'm Nick Cato.
I'm Matt Harnig.
And this is our review of the PlayStation's Paris Games Week 2015 press conference. So, first thoughts, a little underwhelming, but it's okay.
I didn't think it was that big of a thing anyways. But first, before anything, when you were looking at the crowd, did they just not look excited? I just felt like they didn't care.
They did in the beginning, and then when nothing was getting announced, they were like, alright. They got excited a little bit. They got a little buck for a few things. But that's about it.
Oh, they only showed favorites to all the French guys.
Oh, yeah.
All the French game developers.
That's why. But I guess we'll just get right into what happened. I got a quick little cliff notes of everything that went down. So it started out.
Cliff.
That camera look a little crooked to you, man? Does it look crooked? No.
Maybe, but oh well.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe if you guys viewed our videos, we correct our size.
God, well, no, they're not. Jesus. So, you said I shouldn't insult people, and you just straight up called everyone out.
You should watch your mouth.
I'll try not to. Don't worry. I'm going to keep cursing if I want to. So, they started out the show with a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies trailer. Looks like they're trying to add some story to it. They had like a werewolf jumping at people, like the zombie dog. Looked like Hitler was in it. And there's a giant zombies multiplayer map. If that trailer did nothing for me, I was like, alright, zombies.
Well, there's one thing I definitely think I like about Black Ops is Call of Duty's versus the others is I like the zombie modes. I like that. Yeah. It's really fun. I enjoyed Blops 2's zombie mode. I think that this 40s thing that they went with in the new one is really good. This one was kind of like probably the least interesting one to me, but it was still cool. Make a little story for it. Nice. Add something new.
Yeah, so before we get in, basically we're just going to skim through the stuff we don't really give a shit about. So, Star Wars, the next thing happened. Star Wars Battlefront trailer. They showed a bunch of new maps. They showed Endor, which looked freaking amazing.
Pretty much in showing you on the heroes you'll see. They announced them, but now we actually got to see them. So
you saw Leia's support in full. She's a support character that makes you strong, other random players stronger. And they showed Leia versus Boba Fett. Cracked a little Boba Fett joke when he flew over the Sarlacc pit. He's like, "Oh, I'm not going in there again." I was like, Matt got a little excited for Boba Fett. Then they showed Han Solo versus Vader, and
yeah, we all know how that
Vader was wrecking people, and Han looked like he was really fast and was doing cool stuff. Then they showed Luke versus Palpatine, and we all know how that was going to go. Palpatine going. Psh.
It looked like Luke was about to unleash himself on him.
I don't know. Is he? Jesus Christmas, Matt.
Sexual
See
innuendos.
I stopped myself. I could have said Christmas instead. So I'm trying to not curse as much, except when it's completely necessary.
So when you watch our Sonic videos, viewer discretion advised.
Oh boy. So then the next thing, I thought this was one of the biggest pieces of news just from it. The Street Fighter V trailer.
This is
dropped.
This is probably the biggest thing I thought.
Dhalsim was announced. I put Dhalsim with gray beard because he has a beard now.
Making him lame.
Cool. There's going to be 6 characters added in the first year after the release, and you can get them all with in-game currency that you can earn. And they also announced the release date, which I called it'll come out early 2016. Everyone else said late. It's coming out February 16th, 2016.
And they also announced the 16th guy is going to be the dude from Tekken.
That was a joke, man.
No, the guy that was the main character from Tekken is going to be in it. They said it. At the very end, they showed him. He's supposed to be the main character, or the last guy. They joked around saying the creator's him, and then they showed the one dude with the red eye is going to be the last character.
Sure, they didn't just put him up there because they talked about Tekken 7 or
I'm like
that?
80% sure.
I don't think it did.
Dude, I swear to God they said it.
I think it's because Tekken 7 is releasing.
Okay, well then don't quote me on it. I'm pretty sure I watched it and they said the 16th character ha ha ha, and then they showed that guy saying he was going to be that last character, the character from Tekken, and the main guy. I don't know. I don't really know Tekken well, so.
Well, we can find this out.
If they did, then they deceived me, because I swear it was like, no, haha, not the creator, but this guy's going to be him.
I don't know.
Go to Google and just Google it. The one time I don't bring my phone with me when it would be useful.
Street Fighter V release date announced. Nope, Dawson has beard. Street Fighter V, Tekken 7 coming. Street Fighter V release date announced.
Oh, well, then they deceived me.
Yeah.
I could have swore that they said the 16th character was going to be the main character from Tekken.
No.
And I was really kind of excited because the guy looks cool.
They just made a joke. But anyway, speaking of Tekken, Tekken 7 is coming to PS4 for they had special content that they say will please PlayStation fans, and they showed a trailer for their 20th anniversary of Tekken. And they also announced that the Tekken 7 is going to have some form of VR.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going to go with that.
I don't really care about Tekken, so it's whatever. So then we're going to get to the gloss over stuff. Battleborn, they showed more of that. 5v5, tons of modes. PS4 is getting a beta first.
I did not find that interesting at all.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Like, I was just like, you might as well just made another spin-off of Borderlands than this.
Yeah. I know they're working on Borderlands 3
That's true.
now, but they literally just started it. So then next game that got announced, Matt was telling me he was looked kind of cool. Boundless. It's a PS4 exclusive.
Kind of had a Minecraft-esque feel.
It's my notes, I said it was a cartoony Minecraft-looking-esque game that have like portals, like these little glass portals to different worlds. Your guy has like a hammer in his hand.
Like I've said before in older videos, I've always said I'm not one of those stop and smell the roses kind of guys, despite it I would love to be one of them, to appreciate things. But when I was watching that game, what really grabbed me was like, I mean, when he was showing off like the vast worlds and all that stuff, it's like, I was like, wow, it's pretty. Like, it's pretty. Just like, which I know you'll probably talk about, let's go ahead and say the Dreams game, which, weird, definitely has got that tearaway type weirdness to it, but
Media Molecule. That's Media Molecule for you.
But it looked like really, really beautiful, like very intricate, like very, very like colorful, like looked like a water paper mache, not paper mache, I'm thinking of tearaway, but like water paint,
yeah.
like kind of design, and I just thought that looked really cool. And for once, I actually saw the motion control look like it actually was good.
Okay, so since we want to talk about, I guess since you brought up Dreams, we'll just jump to that. Media Molecules game, Dreams. You can unleash your creativity. You have like a custom. I think they said imp. That's what they called it. It looks like the little it looks like little Pikmin. The second they started doing the move control, I was like, no. You can possess characters and inanimate objects and other things like vehicles and stuff. And the thing I saw from the trailer, you literally can. I don't understand where the guy was like planting a bunch of trees and stuff. Somehow that when he like plopped a house down. And then
well, there's little items that when you go through the story, when you create your story, like it could be either to progress the story or to just make a design or some sort. Like there was a thing like a little 2 items up on the tree, and he clicked that, and that was to form trees. And he also made the house. So there's going to be like little bubbles, just like he made the floating thing to make the I would say lift, the little silver metal thing that he was on to finish the story. It's just like little items you got to go and search for and to progress the story and things like that. And then obviously they showed the crazy shit with like the
racing
freaking,
and
like
the cake.
Cake and like. Yeah.
I didn't see where all that stuff got it from, because when I saw him creating, all I did was see the guy just like plop trees and crap down. So I don't know. This game, it looks like an acid trip. It looks like you were taking acid.
It's one of those crazy games.
You can create literally anything. Like I said, it looked really cool. There's a beta coming in 2016. I know Media Molecules good. I know it'll be good, but just seeing the guy play it, I know I'm not going to play it.
I'm just trying to keep an open mind. I'm trying to get into some indie games.
It's not an indie game.
That's AAA?
Media Molecule is one of Sony's first-party studios.
Oh, okay, well, fine. If you want to call it that, then never mind. I disregard what I said. But the game looked kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm completely out, but it's okay. Because if you like it, play it. It's all you. I mean, that would be interesting to look at like YouTube videos and stuff of what people create, sort of like Project Spark. Not for me. And the second I saw the motion controls, I was like, nope, not doing it. Even the guy looked like he was struggling with the freaking controls.
I didn't think so at all. I
think he was lying when he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna peep through the door." He was like having trouble getting in the door of the house and stuff. I was like,
no, I don't know about that, but I think he did a pretty good job with the motions.
Yeah, I don't know. And then another game got announced. Apparently,
not to mention that's also an alpha.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyways,
I think this guy's like a famous DJ or something. Avicii.
Oh yeah,
I've never even heard of him.
I don't even. I thought that was the game you were trying to say that they made a Kickstarter for. They're trying to make the new F-Zero. I was like, is that the new F-Zero game Nick was talking about?
Oh no, that's the Wii U only. But it's called Vector. It's coming out in 2016, PS4 exclusive. It's a music rhythm game. It looks you're like controlling a ship. I don't want to say it's like Amplitude, but it kind of looks like that a little bit, where you're like flying a little ship on a track and stuff.
Hey, the music's good. Music can
sounded like all what the kids listen to nowadays, and
these young rascals.
Not for me. I was like, rhythm.
If you're into that EDM stuff, you might like it.
Maybe you'll like it. You're into rhythm games now.
Well, I don't know. That one's different, but well, not the topic right now. But
then the next thing that was announced, No Man's Sky. There was an actual person talking in the trailer, saying that there's going to be massive battles to be fought and tons of worlds to be discovered. And they announced the release window of June 2016, so it got pushed back, as everyone thought it would. And I'm pretty excited for it. I'm glad it's not coming out this year. There's a lot of games to play. And I'll be ready for that in June.
Well, I don't know how I'll be, because that's coming around the Persona time. Persona does decide to come out in that time, and if it comes out in North America at that time, which I doubt. But if it doesn't, then yes.
Then the next 4 announcements, I was just like all about. Housemarque announced their new game, the PS4 exclusive, Matterfall. They showed, it looked like a badass futuristic shooter. They only showed a trailer. They didn't show any gameplay of it, but I love Housemarque, and their games are pretty freaking awesome. So I can't wait for it. Yeah, Matterfall. Probably get a 9.
All I saw was cinematic, so I couldn't really judge it.
Yeah, I just know it's Housemarque, so I'm just going to guess a 9. But then,
what have they made?
Resogun, they made Dead Nation, Super Stardust.
So they're an indie developer.
So, not indie, but I feel like you think just because a game's tiny, it's like an indie game. That's not. Housemarque's a credible development team that has funding from Sony, so that's not. They're not an independent developer. But then the next game I'm super excited for, Ratchet and Clank. It's coming out spring 2016. It looks amazing. It looks like a Pixar movie, the gameplay, and oh my god, I can't wait. I'm glad that Ratchet's coming back to what it really is, and not these like random crap.
I mean, I think it's going to have, other than its small followers, I don't think this game's going to be a huge hit, other than your diehards. I think Ratchet and Clank's time has come and gone, so I think this animation movie that's even coming out, they should have been doing this when Ratchet and Clank was huge, not now.
I'm glad they waited, because it wouldn't have looked as good as this.
I don't know about that, man.
But see, this is what's going to happen.
You're going to say Toy Story didn't look good?
It looked pretty good, but that's Pixar.
So what? This is still like a you know, that kind of like animation movies.
I don't know.
So
I just like it because they're trying to get the kids to see the movie, which I saw the trailer. I'm not going to say I'm going to see it in theaters, but I'll definitely watch it because I love Ratchet and Clank. They're two of my favorite video game characters. But they're trying to get the game's only $40. It's going to be,
which I'm proud of. That's great.
So this game, they're getting the kids in the theaters, and they're like, "Oh, a game got released too about it? Yeah, I'm going to buy it." So they're trying to get a new generation of kids to play Ratchet, and still make the older people who grew up with Ratchet want to play it.
I just don't see Ratchet and Clank grabbing a younger audience really anymore. I think it's really going to just be your diehards.
I don't know. I think it could grab a younger. It's got.
I'm not saying it won't grab some, but I don't think
action.
it's going to grab what they think they're going to get.
It's got the action. It's cool. They got like little snidey remarks, like sexual innuendos. The kids are like old enough to sort of understand because they're trying to get that like 10 to 14 range. They'll understand them. It's funny. They got amazing weapons and stuff, and it looks safe for parents. So parents are like, "Oh my god, they're just turning things into sheep. They're blowing things up. I don't want to buy my kid Call of Duty. I'll buy him this." So it'll be okay. Then the next game, I'm super pumped for. It's one of my most anticipated games. Horizon Zero Dawn. Got a little more information about it. 1,000 years in the future. Robot dinosaurs taking over. You craft your new gear for your character, like the new bows and stuff, where you're getting these packs off the enemies' backs. And it's like the thing, they saw like a herd of animals, like the robot things, and she set up these explosive traps. And then the main thing I got from it is don't rush into combat, like prepare yourself for it. And she shot the rock behind it with an explosive arrow, and they all like ran off, and a lot of the herd just ran into her rope explosives and died. Some of them got away. And a few of them, like the alpha male guys, like stayed and tried to fight her, and she bodied them with the bow. And then a giant robot dinosaur came, which has weak points in it, which you can expose. They have like missile launchers on their back that you can shoot off with your bow, and to make the aiming easier, they have bullet time on it. And you can pick up their heavy weapons, use it against them, and there's tons of different strategies to beat it. You can just like go guns blazing, or you can pull out your rope thing and like sort of pin the dinosaur to the ground so it can't move. So I'm just so excited for that game. Just so excited. Got everything to add on it?
I'm not going to say anything really yet, but I'm just indifferent. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm not saying it's going to be good. I think it's one of those trailers are making it a bigger deal than it will be. I don't think it's going to be as good as you see in the trailer. But I commend Guerrilla for making a new IP, and I hope it is successful. So, I don't know. Doesn't look like it's for me, though. I will say that.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love third-person action. Action RPG, they called it, with all the stuff. So I can't wait. I'm so excited. So then the next thing that came was Bloodborne, the Old Hunters. Got another trailer. They got like this buzzsaw blade weapon, and that looks really cool. I'm not going to play it.
I'm probably going to get the DLC, and that's probably when I'm going to replay Bloodborne again.
I'm not, just because Dark Souls 3 is around the corner. And there's some games where I don't have to beat it. Like, I play it for a while, and I'm like, I'm done with it, but I get it, and I enjoy myself. One of those was, and then there's some games where I just don't like. I'm done. Bloodborne is one of those games where I almost got to the ending of it, and I was like, you know what? I'm not in the mood to play it, and I'm probably never going to pick it up again. I'm not going to kid myself. So I had a fun time, and I still have my save just in case I ever do decide to pick it up. But it looks pretty cool.
It's a game I need to go back and beat. I definitely want to play it again and really give it a whirl and watch my. Now that I basically beat the game, I'm like, oh, I was on the last boss, but I was, especially with those games, I like to really experience everything, especially beat every boss. But so for me, I stopped playing it at the last boss. I know I missed shit, so now I'm gonna watch it. Now that I showed that I can, if I did play it my own way, that's just what would have happened. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to perfect it. I'm going to get all those rare items. I'm going to get all those rare weapons. I'm going to watch a walkthrough and see how everything works. And then beat it, and I'm going to get the DLC as well. So I can beat it because I love the FromSoft games. So.
Okay. Then the next piece of news, which they said, I was just like, really?
It's not.
Drive Club Bikes, where they added crotch rockets to it. It's its own standalone game.
Well, say what you want, but
it's available now. You can buy it right now.
A lot of people bought that game.
Yeah, Drive Club, I know, and a lot of people were salty when they released worse than Master Chief Collection. When the game was so broken they couldn't play it. But I guess that's cool. I mean, if you like the game, do it. I mean, if you're a racing game fan, I know you. If you're a Drive Club fan, I'm sure another announced game will like you. You'll like a little more.
Yeah.
Then I don't understand the hype behind this game that I'm about to talk about. Gravity Rush 2. People on Twitter, because I had Twitter open too, so I always like to see people's reactions. They're like in the media and everything. I don't understand. People are like, "Oh my god, I need to play this game now." I mean, if this is your thing, like, I mean, I'm sure I play games that you might not like, but I personally don't understand.
That was the one game I'm like, and I know this sounds terrible to say, but
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say anything like racist.
Okay, I was like,
no,
Jesus.
I know it sounds terrible to say, but I just think Japanese developers suck now. There's very few that are good in my opinion now. That I just think Western gaming is so much better than the Japanese. Like, other than JRPGs, and even those have gone down the shitter, I truly just don't think mini games besides your key franchise like Mario, Nintendo, you're okay. Like, I exclude you from this set for Star Fox. That looks like shit. But like,
Sony?
Besides, there's an exception to the rule, but I'm talking about the mass, like amount. Like, if it wasn't for me liking the animes that I watched, besides the Naruto game excluded, the Dragon Ball Z games suck. If they were just some guy said, "Hey, play this," they suck. The freaking One Piece game, that was, I mean, if I didn't like One Piece, I would not have been into that game at all. If it wasn't,
DBZ games made by Japanese developers?
It's Bandai Co.
Oh.
Which made this game. Or no. Bandai Co was making what game did they announce here? That was a Japanese game that they announced. Bandai Co did something.
I don't know.
But like, there's just so many stupid games that they make, and I mean, I guess for Japanese audience, they're into that. And I'm just like looking at that game, I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, great. I can't say it's not different, but I was like, how is this cool? And I mean, I'm sorry if I'm insulting the games you guys like, but I just think that there's very few Japanese developers that I truly think know what they're doing, and I think the only two I can name off the top of my head is, like, I'm even putting Square Enix now into that topic, but it's FromSoft and Atlas really are the only two, and then yeah, those are really the only two I can think of that I like truly love, who I think they do their stuff right.
I like Sony's first party studios that are based out of Japan. I like
Well, which ones are based out of Japan? Like, which ones can you think of?
But I don't know. I don't really.
Because
care.
I'll tell you right now, it's not. I mean, Naughty Dog, they're not from Japan.
I'm just saying that I wouldn't exactly lump all of Japan.
I'm not saying that they're bad. Like,
suck.
I won't play a Japanese-based game. I'm just saying when I see some of these random games like this, it's just like, oh man, like, where were you guys thinking?
I can see that
they made Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is a Japanese-based game. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know. I learned it whenever I saw the guy who made it. I was like, man, Gran Turismo is a very successful franchise. I don't care for it. That's just I don't really care for racing games.
I wasn't saying this game, because this game obviously is good, because it has such a hardcore fan base. I'm just saying it's not for me. But there's 3 different gravity styles you can use. One of them was in the first game. It's like an anime style game. They have destructible environments. I don't know. Not for me. But again, if you like it.
And I'm not discrediting you guys. I'm not trying to say like you guys shouldn't play these games. This is our opinions, and I'm just saying, like, right now, I don't think that Japanese, like, I don't know, I just don't think the game developers are really, like, I just think Western game developers shit on them as far as their kind of quality they put in their games. But that's just me. So, hey.
The game didn't look like bad quality. I'm obviously in the minority because Twitter was exploding about this game and how excited they are. So I'm obviously in the minority of this. And then another thing, Uncharted 4 stuff. The game's coming out March 18th, which we'll see what happens.
They still stuck to it. A lot of people were thinking it was going to get pushed back. It might still, but I think they're staying hardcore to March
18th,
which they're going to. Like, Uncharted is going to wreck first quarter, if that's even considered first quarter.
Yeah,
is that
first 3 months.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, first quarter are going to wreck. Like there's no one's even going to come close to them.
I don't know. I have to look at the games coming out, but it wouldn't surprise me. That's probably going to sell really good. And then it was all multiplayer stuff. It looked pretty cool. Like it looked like all the Uncharted characters were in it to play as. They could use supernatural powers, and
it looked very
cool.
arcadey, fast paced. Definitely was interested. I honestly would like to try the beta when it comes out December. I think it was December 4th to the 21st, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know if they're saying that's for the people who pre-ordered Nathan Drake Collection.
For people who bought Nathan Drake Collection.
Which I get. But they never gave me any code. Will they give me? What do you think?
You can just download it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that's good. I'm definitely going to play it. I'll give my 2 cents on it because I actually do think that I'm not going to sit here and say it's freaking Halo or Call of Duty, but I do like to spend a month, maybe a couple weeks playing it and have fun, and I'll enjoy it with my brother Corey because I know he'll play it with me. So I'm excited.
I care less about the multiplayer of that game. It's all about single player to me. And then it looked cool though. And then Dreams got talked about, which we already discussed. Then they went into PlayStation VR. I'm a little disappointed they didn't announce a price, but I wasn't.
I think they're saving that for PSX.
The first game they talked about was Riggs Mechanical Combat League.
That was the only one that looked cool to me.
I don't know. It looked like a weird soccer. You got to jump in a goal and fight people with rigs and stuff. I don't know. It was something.
I thought it looked cool.
It's hard to show VR.
I would that would be a good game I would like to play in an arcade, if that makes any sense. It's one of those games I would like to play just as a fun group thing, but it's nothing I want to drop serious money for.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
You're going to drop serious money for that VR.
Well, I will
sure it's going to be
because I am pro virtual reality. No,
yeah.
I say 300.
We'll see. I don't know. And then they announced a bunch of other VR games. Until Dawn, Rush of Blood is coming to VR. It's being built from the ground up for VR, so it's not...
This might be a stupid question before you keep going. Was Until Dawn a PS exclusive?
Yes.
It was?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. And I was sitting there, I was listening to them, wow, that is? I was like, damn. That game, a lot of people really love that game, and I mean, a lot of people are like, when's DLC coming? When's Until Dawn 2 coming? And they're already saying, Until Dawn is in the talks. We're just not ready to make it yet.
It did good, and I'm glad, a bunch of people were saying Until Dawn would be good on VR, so I'm happy they're doing it. It looks like
they're going to have to get away with they're going to have to get away from the third person thing. Yeah. They'd have to make you get in that first.
It looks like they showed gameplay of it. You were in the first person view. They were walking around the house, and jumped at them, got scared. Then Crytek announced their VR game. It's called Robinson the Journey. You're following this floating orb thing that kind of reminded me of Wheatley from Portal or the installations from Halo.
Ghost.
Yeah, or a Ghost too, but little things from Halo as well. Monitor, that's what they're called. The one that
you're talking about, the one dude that was Development 3.
Well, they're all over. There's not just one of them, but the little ball.
The Guilty Sparks.
Yes, that guy. They're the monitors, but they looked like that. They're talking oh, do you want to play a game? Or you're like, oh yeah, and then you're in a jungle. He said, oh, don't get squashed, and a bunch of dinosaurs came and. Saw raptors coming out, and then there's these giant long necks. I don't fucking know the name of them. Yeah, long neck dinosaurs.
Brontosaurus, I want to say.
Yeah, and then they're walking around, and you're he's like, stop, run, go, and you're looking around, and then T-Rex comes, and then he said, oh, time for a new game. And then it ended. It looked alright. Looked like decent graphics. And then another VR game coming out. They announced. They're doing another remake of Battlezone. It's a tank combat game. I don't really care about that. It looked alright. Yeah, anything else about it?
Again, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they really did a good job showcasing a VR game.
It's hard
to. One of those. It's just one of those. I know that you have to play. You have to just see it for yourself. That's why I want to go to one of these expos that so I can try these things. Because if we went to, E3, if we went to PSX, we could try this stuff out and see it for ourselves. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know, I definitely want to try it. I'm definitely pro VR because I think that's where gaming is going. I hope it's a success. I have no problems with it. As long as you keep controllers relevant, I'm all pro VR.
Yeah, I'm fine with having the best of both worlds, having good VR and good on-screen play. And then the movie The Walk, they had like the walk experience of VR where you're looking down, you're trying to do the tightrope thing. It looked funny, it looked cool. It looked like a little mini game thing. Based almost every game I saw, this like looked like a.
It's one of those games I feel like you're going to need your Turtle Beaches for.
Yeah, they had the things on, and hopefully it comes with that. I mean,
I don't know. It looked like they were wearing individual
yeah.
headphones, but that might be something that might customly built in.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And then they showed like a big little montage of all the VR games. The Valkyrie game, the space combat looks amazing, and I hear everyone talking about how amazing it looks.
Didn't they also say No Man's Sky might have VR
No,
capabilities?
that's rumors people are trying to say of why it got pushed back, but they didn't say anything like that at the show. But it looked really good. And then that was like the end of their VR talk. And the next thing, the new Gran Turismo got announced. Gran Turismo Sport PS4 looks beautiful. They have all these different racing cups called the National Cup, where you rep your country. The Manufacturer's Cup, where you rep your favorite car brand and manufacturer. And the winners of these things get their trophies along with the FIA winners of the people who actually race. You get your trophy with them on stage, and so they have a partnership with them. The beta's coming in 2016 for the game. I used to like Gran Turismo on PS2. I used to play it at my friend's house, but I'm not a huge racing guy except for Mario Kart and F-Zero, so I don't really. It's alright.
They did say it is a racing simulator.
Yeah.
So, real life racing simulator. So, if you want to feel like you're driving in traffic, play it.
Surprised they didn't announce VR stuff for that. Because the driving games.
What could you do, though, with a VR driving? Besides look right.
Yeah, that's amazing. You feel like you're actually in the car. A bunch of people were saying that's one of the coolest parts of VR. That's why the cockpit flying like Valkyrie game looks so cool, because like you're actually dogfighting and you're looking around like, oh god.
I guess.
So, surprised. Then the second to last thing, Wild, a game, got announced.
That was some weird shit.
Yeah, you're playing as a guy swinging a staff around. You can like take control of animals and fly around scout.
You did, man.
Ride a bear.
That did get me a little excited.
You ride a bear. And
not only did he ride the bear, but the bear got up on two and growled, which was clutch. I would love to have a bear. My wow bear, my World of Warcraft bear is my mount that I always ride unless I'm on my paladin, because I have to ride on my trusty steed. But anyways,
yeah, it was cool.
Fucking bear.
I don't really have much to say about it. So
it was
it looked cool.
The shittiest looking quality graphic wise. Like that looked like
it looked pretty good to me.
It did not. You need to rewatch that then, because the way he looked, and then when you see the bear like knock the guys, like they didn't even have like the rag doll or anything. It was just like, it's like the dude just like went like just like his body was just dead in the air, stiff, and just like it was terrible. You need to rewatch that then.
No, I didn't think it looked that bad, but we'll see. I don't know. Then the last but not least, Quantic Dream finally released their game, so we know it's real.
They the guys that made Heavy Rain.
Yes.
I'm totally on board.
So, Quantic Dream announced their game. Beyond Two Souls came out to either positive reviews or okay reviews. So, I don't know. It's called Detroit. Underneath it, Become Human. You play as an android. You play in a futuristic world, a futuristic Detroit, where androids are being made and put into boxes and sold. And they're doing grunt work and everything. But there's one girl and female android that I'm guessing you play as.
I'll say this right now, because one of my favorite exclusives to PlayStation has been Heavy Rain. If you want to have a story-driven game where you have an experience of a story like none other, trust these guys. I promise you, this game, I will call it right now. I will say whatever you want me to say. This game will have one of the greatest stories ever told. I am going that bold. That bold.
Jesus, they're only I think that
the idea that they're doing, and it's not something that hasn't already been done in movies. You know, I Am Legend, things like that, where an AI like has feelings. Or I'm Robot. I'm sorry. Too many Will Smith movies, but like, there's definitely been stories about AIs that have emotions.
And this one,
I will say this right now, like Telltale, all those freaking gaming companies are story-driven RPGs or story-driven games. This one is going to shit on all of them. This is going to shit on Heavy Rain, in my opinion. I think that this game, I am putting myself on board with this game that much, and it will be day one for me. I am totally going to buy this game, even if people are saying it looks shitty, because I believe in it that much.
well, I'm not going to go that bold because there's literally only a trailer. So it might play completely different. It might be like an action game or something, who knows. But it's you play as an android. She wants to feel what it's like to be a human, and it looks like she has like free reign over herself. And all the other androids are seeing her walking around like, what the hell is going on? Why is she walking around like this? And she kind of looks like Jennifer Lawrence a little bit. When she turned around, I thought Jennifer Lawrence might have done a motion cap. It was just me. I thought
they already said they had an actress who they had based off of.
Yeah, it looks like her.
But
I think it looks really
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that game is going to be sick.
Medium Mal cool. I don't know. Heavy Rain was really good, and Beyond Two Souls, like I said, a lot of people didn't like it. So we'll see what happens.
I think if this game's a success, this will solidify them as one of the best first parties for PlayStation. I think
they definitely are very talented, and they can do good.
I think that they're gonna. I'm sorry. I just think they're going to put Telltale into the ground. I think they are going to shit on them with this game. It's going to be a hit. It is going to be a fucking hit. I wouldn't be surprised. 9.5.
Jesus, I don't know if I'm going to go that far. Like I said, I need to see more on it. It's just a trailer.
I'm making you've made your bold statements before about shit, and this is mine. Okay. And I'm saying it right now. That game, 9.5, one of the highest selling first party games for PlayStation 4 so far when it comes out.
We'll see. I don't think it's gonna.
I'm not saying it's gonna sell out Uncharted, but I think it's going to shit on I think it will almost sell out more than Bloodborne did. I'll say that. Bloodborne's a high enough game where I mean, like I said, bold statements. This game is going to be fucking amazing, and I know.
I don't think it's going to sell out Bloodborne. It's definitely not going to sell out Uncharted. It's not going to sell out Horizon Zero Dawn. People like action and stuff, dude.
I don't know, but I bet you that a lot more people are more excited for that game. It just got announced. You know how many people watched that trailer that they had? They just wanted to sample it. 27 million people watched that trailer and wanted to know more about the story. Not the trailer that just played. They did it 4 years ago. I knew about this game 4 years ago. They made a trailer. I'll show it to you. Where they talked. The girl talked. She was getting boxed. And they were showing the very part where she was getting created. Ago? Yes. You didn't watch it? The guy said it. The guy explained it. 27 million fans watched it. YouTube video. Where they get a trailer on this game. I will bet you $50 right now. I will bet you $50 right now that they made a trailer for this game 4 years ago, and they wanted to try it out. It wasn't called Detroit at the time.
Heavy Rain Dev announces Detroit. Announce means that you play an android called Kara. She escapes the lab. I don't think this is ever.
Yes, I swear to God. You can put on the video again, and we'll go back to watch the guy explain.
Quantum Dream shows off. Evolution of his 20. Oh, Kara demo. Okay. It was just a little demo.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 27 million people watched that when she was just getting created in there, and that's why they're making the game, because they got feedback saying so much like, what happens to her? Tell us what's going to happen to her, what's this all about? And then they're just like, well, we finally said let's make the game, and they did it, and now they're making the game. Like, I thought that they were going to make this a long time ago, and now I finally saw it again. Like, I was wondering where this game was.
I don't know.
But anyways, that's cool for us, Nick and
27. I don't know. I think this game is good. They're both going to sell great. So overall, I was slightly underwhelmed with it. But again, they have 3 press conferences this year, so they got to spread their stuff out.
But like I said, now that I've kind of lost my Final Fantasy bets and all that shit, this is my next bold prediction or bold statements that I'm making towards this game. I'm not going to sit here and name any date like release dates or anything like that because I suck at that. But this game will be phenomenal.
Hopefully it is. I want it to be good.
9-5. We'll say it right now, and I'll stand by it. 9-5.
I'll put $10 on that.
No.
So you have no faith in your...
I'm making a bold prediction.
If
I'm
you
not
really
making
have
a
faith,
smart prediction.
So you know deep down it's going to get like
No.
an 8.
No, it's not, but it's going to get a 9-5.
Well, oh well, we'll see what happens.
That's too easy for you. You literally... that's too
You're so
easy
bold.
for you.
You're so bold.
When did you ever make a bet where you're like, you do something bold? I haven't
did.
seen you do anything
I
bold
did.
lately.
I said Halo would get a 9.
Oh, yeah, that's real bold. When has Halo never gotten a 9 besides Wars?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Something gets higher.
Anyways.
But let us know in the comments what you thought.
don't go 9.
I
This
made
kid.
tons of bold predictions,
This kid.
so I'm usually right.
He's not.
So,
But
who said Street Fighter?
keep gaming.
Who said Street Fighter?
Street Fighter what?
I said all you and Wall were saying it's coming out in like November.
I never said anything
Walt-
about Street
Wall
Fighter.
was saying it's coming out late next year.
Okay,
and
that's Walt.
And I said it's coming out early next year. He's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. He's got to know Capcom's
I never said.
history.
The only thing I said was Final Fantasy 15. Well, let's cut the video
Wow.
because no one doesn't give a shit.
People could. Later, guys.